During this holiday season, the front office staff of the West Virginia Power wanted to take a few minutes to send a little bit of our holiday cheer your direction. Enjoy.
Everyone at the ballpark liked Christmas a lot, but Chuck, who lived in the clubhouse, did not. Chuck hated Christmas. Perhaps you know the reason. So if you're wondering why, it's probably because it's not baseball season. Or it could be his hat didn't fit him just right, or perhaps his shoes were too tight. But I'm sure the most likely reason of all, without any baseball, his heart shrunk 2 sizes too small. Whatever the reason, his heart or his hat, Chuck stood at home plate, holding a baseball bat. With no one around to throw Chuck a pitch, the closer it got to Christmas, the more Chuck became a Grinch. For tomorrow is the office party with all of the staff. They'll have smiles on their faces. They'll play games that make them laugh. Chuck cringed at the sight of Andy hanging the Christmas wreath. He detested the smells of Meehan preparing the feast. JT hung up the stockings with glee as Tim put up a star on top of the office Christmas tree. Will made gingerbread houses put together with glue as Nikki framed her poster of Troy Polamalu. Kevin practiced for the Christmas cornhole game with Bliss as Amanda hung up mistletoe and puckered her lips for a kiss. Adam cut out snowflakes and hung them on the wall, while melodious Christmas carols were sung by Kristen Cole. Shark had worked hard and was nuzzled in bed, while visions of lawnmowers danced in his head. Happy filled the ice and then wrapped a present. All of these Christmas doings made Chuck most unpleasant. As Chuck watched the staff prepare for the party, he got an awful idea. Oh, what a smarty. Chuck snarled with his fingers nervously drumming and thought, I must find a way to keep Christmas from coming. Without a party, they won't be happy at all, which will get rid of Christmas and we can play baseball. I know what to do, Chuck laughed and he sneered, and he put together a quick Santa Claus beard. Chuck chuckled and he chucked. What a great nifty trick. With this hat and this beard, I'll look just like St. Nick. Chuck loaded some bags and an old empty sack and headed to the office after eating a snack. The staff had all left and the office was dark. Chuck tiptoed inside Appalachian Power Park. He saw all the stockings all hung in a row. These stockings, Chuck grinned, will be the first thing to go. Chuck stealthily maneuvered, filled with malcontent. Around the whole room he took everyone's present. And he stuffed them in bags. Chuck was quite tactful. He tossed them aside once he got a sack full. Then he slunk to the fridge. He took the staff's feast. He took the staff's eggnog. He took the roast beef. He took all their coffee and all of the tea. And now, Chuck grinned, I'll remove the Christmas tree. Chuck was quite pleased with the mastery of his burgle when he heard a small sound like a cough or a gurgle. Chuck was startled as he turned around quite snappy, where there stood Hairston, also known as Happy. Chuck had been so slick, he had been so sly, but there stood Happy asking,
Santa Claus, why?
But you know that Chuck was so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie and he thought it up quick. Chuck told Happy the tree wouldn't light on one side and that he was going to fix it. That fake Santa Claus lied. This fib fooled Happy and Chuck patted his head, turned him around and sent him to bed. Chuck packed up his bags and out of the office he fled, leaving the staff with nothing, not even a crumb of bread. To the dumpster he went to turn his load into trash. He chuckled to himself, for his plan was a smash. And just as he started to toss it all in, he realized the staff was now coming in. They're just coming in. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open for a minute or two, and all of the power staff will cry, boo-hoo. That's a noise, grinned Chuck, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and Chuck put a hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound that was rising up slow. It started low, then started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. Every one of the staff was standing up tall. They were singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then Chuck thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Charleston, they say that Chuck's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. What a wonderful thing to happen to that fellow! And Chuck's grinchy green hair turned back to power yellow. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light. And he brought back the presents, the food, and the tree. He brought back the coffee and all of the tea. For Chuck realized Christmas is a time to love one and all. And then Chuck and the staff played a game of baseball. Happy holidays from the front office staff of the West Virginia Power. Home opener, April 12th against Greenville. Hope to see you there.